Imagine a soldier the size of an insect. The ultimate secret weapon.
So how do we stop him?
I know a guy. Scott, I've been watching you for a while. You're different. And I believe everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Do you?
Absolutely.
Are you ready to become a hero?
And these are your greatest allies.
You're kind of cute.
Whoa.
When you're small, you have superhuman strength. You're like a bullet. So you need to know how to punch.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me how to punch.
That's how you punch. Scott, get out of there!
Did you think you could stop the future? You're just a thief!
No.
I'm Antman. I know. Wasn't my idea.
Well, I think I found the quietest spot in the Alexander household, as our home is bustling with life of 6 children. So don't mind the background, please, of this room. Just sneaking in here in our daughter's bedroom. Well, listen, I just want to welcome you to Venue Church, and we are so excited. We have been in our At the Movies series, and it has just been a fun and dynamic series. And this past week, we talked about Antman, and we discussed faith. And I think it's awesome that here Scott Lang is. He's in jail, and yet Dr. Pym is watching him. He knows of his circumstance currently, and he also knows of his past. But Dr. Pym has a plan. He has a purpose for Scott Lang. And little does Scott Lang know that he has a calling to save the world. He is unaware, but he has a calling to save the world. You are somebody's hero, and you have a calling. And isn't it like that with God, that he's watching us and he calls us and he's given us a dream and a purpose, and we begin to doubt and question, God, how can you use me? I don't have the ability, and look at my past. And so many times we allow our past to define us, or we look at our natural talent or ability and we forget that it only requires faith. So that brings me to my first question tonight. Why is it difficult for us to believe that God has a special calling for your life? So this past Sunday, I said, faith knows that you will never be enough. You will never be enough. We look at Scott Lang, and Scott Lang is just an ordinary man, and in himself, he is not enough to complete this task of saving the world, to come into his new identity as Antman. But Dr. Pym has the resources, and he has the power. And all Scott Lang must do is believe and act on that belief. See, that's how it is for us. We are not enough. In our own power, we will fail. We've all missed it. We've all missed the mark. But with God, he has given us the power to overcome. He's given us the power to walk in our calling. And that brings me to our scripture tonight, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. Let's read it together. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I, Paul, will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses and insults and hardships and persecutions and difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. In some situations and circumstances, we try to be enough. And sometimes we even try to walk out our calling on our own. But the truth is, we need faith. Faith in God, and we need to act on that faith. So that brings me to question number 2. Why is it hard to come to the realization that we are not enough? And when we do come to that realization, how does that strengthen us? So that brings me to my last point tonight. Faith calls you to save the world. You are somebody's hero. You see, Scott Lang, he had the faith to believe, and therefore he impacted so many lives. He ultimately saved the world. See, Jesus has called us not to hoard our faith and keep it to ourselves, but to share our faith so that others may be saved. Jesus said in Mark 16:15, "Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel." That word world there is your sphere, your circle of influence. Preach the good news. Share your faith in your circle. Reach out of your comfort zone because you are somebody's hero. These were some of Jesus' last words, so we know this is close to the heart of God. To reach people with our faith, to see them restored and released with the life-giving message. You are somebody's hero. This brings me to our last question tonight. How does this look practically? When it comes to reaching those in our circle of influence, what does that look like practically?